I think the live countdown is on. Katie King is in charge of turning things on and off because I am having some technical issues. So I have a little red light on my screen, which means we are live. So welcome everybody to the Home Organization Challenge. This is week number 8. And this week we are doing Community Corner Cleanup. So, I just see, okay, numbers have just started reeling up on my screen. Welcome everybody, Barb and Jamie and so I have an issue with my computer today. So Katie is trying to run everything from her computer where my screen keeps blacking out. And so hopefully you guys are getting the full. Katie will pop in and tell me if you guys can't hear something or something weird is going on. But it is week number 8. We are doing Community Corner Cleanup this week. So from bookshelves to game cupboards, you're going to pick an area in your house to tidy up and really work with the people in your home who also use that space to get that organized. So, community spaces are really important, and it's really important that you're pulling in those skills that we've been talking about over the last 7 weeks and really working to get the buy-in and make sure that these areas work for everybody. And just kind of as a little reminder, because there are other people involved, there is this sort of ebb and flow of what's going on and how to get things worked out and things that work for everyone. And I think especially when we talk about things like bookshelves that are in a family room, and maybe you have bookshelves and your game cupboards part of that or that type of thing, they end up as just kind of being dumping grounds because, well, for one reason is bookshelves are a flat surface. And for some reason, flat surfaces they're like magnets for stuff, especially if it's a shared space. So when you're looking at the space that you're going to organize this week, I need to roll back a little for a minute. First of all, I didn't tell everybody, the new people that are here, welcome to the Home Organization Challenge. If you have a question, put question marks in all caps in the feed, and Katie is monitoring and she will jump in if there are any questions or lots of question marks or question marks in all caps. If you are part of the Home Organization Challenge already, you know that putting up your progress post can get you entered to win. And this week's winner, drum roll please, Katie will put her post up on the screen. And one of the things as we talk about, there we go, Chris Reed's winning post this week. Congratulations, Chris Reed. If you're here with us, you need to email marketing@theorganizedoption.com. That's marketing@theorganizedoption.com. And Katie King will get you hooked up with your $25 gift certificate. If you don't already have an account on our website, you want to do that first because Katie's going to deposit that $25 into your account or give you a gift card that's going to work with your account. So make sure you have your account all set up as well. I do see my screen blacking out, so hopefully you guys are hearing everything that I'm saying here today. But I'm going to try and keep it short because of that. So this week you've got your week 8 worksheet. And really what we're going to do is any community zone that you want, like things like game cupboard, laundry room, anywhere like that, where everybody kind of uses that space is what we're going to jump into and organize this week. So things like linen closet, pet supplies. So if people are using the leash, dog poop bags, food, whatever you have for pets, anywhere that your family, that everyone is involved, this is what you're going to choose to work on this week. Cleaning supply closet, if you haven't already done that. Shucks. I wanted to go back to Chris Reed's post. So one of the things about the Organized Challenge or the Home Organization Challenge is that we're all kind of working on different things. So I thought it was great that we bathroom drawer was what we really talked about last week. And she said, I don't really have that space, but this is similar and completely different. So just taking the time for her to go through and clean out those bags or cases and get everything organized and then back in the drawer where it belongs. So just kind of showing, just applying those different concepts. You know, we talked about drawers, but how to apply that same concept and work through those bathroom supplies was great. So As you're working through this week, you're going to go through the same process that we've been working on with every challenge that we do. But here you want to define what actually happens here. What should in this space? So let's talk about family room, game cupboard, bookshelves, that kind of storage in a family room. What actually is happening there? What should be happening there? And what shouldn't be happening there? What doesn't belong there? And really asking yourself those questions as you work through that space. Why is this, whatever item it is, ending up here instead of where it belongs? And giving yourself that opportunity to reevaluate, okay, why does everybody's coat end up in the family room when they should be, in the launch pad or in the landing zone or whatever? And figuring out, is this a training process I need to go through with my family, or does what I think is a landing zone not work, and these items are ending up here? A lot of times when we talk about organizing a room or space, we have that idea of what it's going to be used for, and then our family uses it differently. I got an email this week from a gal who said, I'm trying to set this up, but my kids are supposed to be doing their homework on the dining room table, but they always end up doing their homework on the breakfast bar, and that's a whole different mess, and it makes it difficult for me to cook dinner. What can I do here? I need the kitchen space. And so sometimes what you have planned, this particular person, they're going to use the dining room table. Why isn't it working? Is it because at that kitchen space, they have access to snacks or pens or pencils, or it's easier to spread out, or it's close to where mom is, so they can ask questions while she's cooking and doing the kitchen? So really just getting into that, why isn't it working? And maybe it's none of those things. Maybe it's just that mom needs to say, no, you're not doing your homework here. This is my cooking space. And then coming up with maybe a little carrier, I suggested to her, that has, pencils and pens and scissors, or whatever your kids might need to do their homework, and just saying, here, now you're going to the dining room table. Here's your homework bin. That's the spot that you need to do it. So we talk a lot about getting the buy-in, but it's also okay to just be the mom and say, no, we're not doing that. It's more important that I have this space to make dinner, or whatever your reasons are. So I know I talk a lot about buy-ins, but kids don't always they don't always get to choose. Their buy-in just might be discipline. So, and I think you're going to find that in this week's challenge also, if you're working with kids, that is this something that they need to buy into? There needs to be more discipline around it, or you need to try and do something different. And I think the most important thing about the buy-in part is the conversations that you have with your family, so you can really learn what they're needing or why it's not working, right? So there was a book in the 80s, I think, called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Many of you probably read it. I read it. It was probably the most impactful business book I ever read. But one of the habits in it was seek first to understand and then be understood. And so when I'm talking about buy-in, that's really kind of the baseline principle, is how do I understand what you need? And then once I understand that, now I need to have you understand what I need. So kind of keeping that principle in mind, those of you who maybe read that book in the 80s, pretty sure it was in the 80s when I first started in management. So that's got to be it. Anyways, very impactful, that idea. And really maybe your thought for the week should be that: think first to understand and then be understood. And it just really simplifies getting those decisions made. So as you work through this week's challenge, just going through what belongs here, what doesn't belong here, why it's here. If it doesn't belong here, is it just laziness? Do we need to rethink something? And then you've got the classic tiny task worksheet as well, that just takes you through the step-by-step of do this, do this, do this, and check it off as you move along. One of the things too, I think about in this particular situation is maybe if it's games, bringing your game closet that you're doing, bringing your kids in to help you choose which games you're keeping, which games you're getting rid of. And this, I think, is a great, sorry, it's super smoky here. This, I think, is also a great opportunity to help your kids learn to get rid of things that they're no longer using and then or they no longer need. I worked with a family not that long ago who had kids that were 8, 10, and they still had games for kids that were 4 to 6. Well, the mom was like, we loved these games. And the kids were like, yeah, we loved these games. And I was like, yeah, but these are little kid games. And so I really worked with her and them to say, if you loved it so much, who could you give it to? Do you have friends with younger siblings? Like sharing that joy of that game or donating it to somewhere that they felt connected to as well. We have a Habitat for Humanity, or not Habitat for Humanity, Humane Society thrift store here in town. That's always my husband's go-to, support the animals. So it was really an exercise in teaching the kids the same thing that I've been working with you guys on in Home Organization Challenge, which is how do I let go of this thing, part of the book again, in a good way and get used to it. So if you have kids, this is a great time, little kids especially, to teach them how to let go of things, right? To teach them how to control what they have, how much they need, those types of things. If you can kind of instill that in children at a young age, when they get to be adults, they'll have those good habits already, and staying organized and keeping things tidy will be second nature to them. I say that, but of course, my kids lived with me growing up, so there was that. And my younger son Max was always kind of a mess, not super messy, but London's been organized since birth. Kind of. Max was always a little bit messy, and now as an adult, immaculate. I mean, his home. I just went up and visited him and his fiance, and his home is immaculate. So I guess that's one other caveat. Sometimes kids are just messy, but they pick things up as you go along. All right, so that's it. That's our week this week. It's going to be super simple. Oh, we are going to go 12 weeks. We're committed to 12 weeks. Katie and I sort of set that up tonight. We will go September 1st will be our last home organization challenge of the series, but we may do a refresher, just like one Tuesday night a month might be home organization challenge night. And we'll keep all of you informed of that via social media or also on website, email, that type of thing. So that's our current plan. We're going to go 12 weeks. It's going to go through September 1st. So so for those of you who are asking for a commitment, we have made the commitment tonight. And so you will see that as we go through. So if anybody has questions, now is your time to jump in and ask. I will post the lecture notes after class tonight, but we also will have the video go up after class, but the worksheet is already on the website, as well as if you are creating your notebook, your title page for week 8 is also on the website as well. And don't forget to do your progress post or email in a progress post to Katie. All those details also on the website. All right. Any questions for me, Katie?
Nope, not tonight.
All right. Okay, we are good to go, my friends. Thanks so much for jumping in. It's been a short but sweet one, which is going to give you, I think we're right around 15, 20 minutes. That's going to give you an extra 15 or 20 minutes that you planned on hanging out with me to jump in and start answering questions on your worksheet and get going with week number 8, Community Corner Cleanup. Thanks so much, everybody. We'll see you next week.